All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tolic Pro League number 4. We've got Speed versus EG Best of 3 coming at you live on Dota Radio. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Zyori. With me is Hippie. We're giving it to you live from the broadcaster seats. So, Hippie, it's been an interesting ride so far. Game 1, very one-sided. Speed Gaming looking very good. What can EG do coming into Game 2 here, buddy?
Well, maybe they can use a different courier, because I think when you spawn that courier, that counts as throwing at the very beginning of the game. Because you just dropped a throw. I mean, what else are you going to do? You've already thrown. But no, I just think in general, they need to be a little less greedy with their laning. They need to play a little better in their laning. I mean, that very early puck pick did them no favors, I think.
Yeah, I would agree, and that again, sort of that one of the drafting 101 takeaways is you tend to see those mid heroes later on in the draft. For that very reason, you don't want your mid getting countered; it can ruin the momentum of your entire match. So the draft unfolding very quickly though. EG gonna ban out Clockwork and Timbersaw. Speed gonna ban out the Crystal Maiden, as well as the Bounty Hunter here. Elder Titan gonna be that first pickup. Venomancer and Visage gonna be grabbed by Speed. Naga gonna be the second pick for EG. So Elder Titan gonna make a showing here, paired with the Naga. Two very powerful heroes indeed. One of the great things about Elder Titan first pick, the very opposite of what happened to EG in the last match. You can run him in a plethora of places. Top lane, mid lane, support. You can do whatever you want with that Elder Titan. So we'll see how these drafts continue to unfold.
They did in the other direction. The Venomancer was the first pick.
Oh, did I screw that up? Venomancer first pick?
Yeah,
okay.
I don't. It's not that big of a deal, but it just shows that Speed values that Venomancer incredibly highly.
Yeah.
They didn't, where they weren't just satisfied to have him as a double pick. They say, okay, the Elder Titan's open, the Lich is open, the Nature's Prophet is open. There's all these heroes open. We want Venomancer, and that's just showing how incredibly strong he really is right now. That kind of absurd slow that he gets, and obviously not dispellable by Magic Immunity, as I've pointed out before. The extra damage from those wards with the Poison Sting is pretty obscene. Actually, Poison Sting was already a crap load of damage, but now being able to apply half that damage reasonably reliably is a pretty huge buff that I think a lot of people are undervaluing.
Yeah.
Not professional players, but I think a lot of people who are just kind of looking at the hero and thinking, oh, Venomancer, what does he bring to the table? That's a lot of potential damage with some ward coverage. It's actually pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, it's true. Veno has been one of those kind of breakout heroes, coming out of 6.79, and the damage he can put out is pretty raw. For a while, he wasn't so popular in terms of allowing the ability for your denies to happen. With those dots on, that's always a possibility, and to thwart your kills, but it seems that teams have been going with the Veno. His gank ability, his utility makes him so much more valuable. It's an easy trade-off. Rest of the band's going to come underway, and I'm trying to contain myself because my favorite hero has been picked up. Gyrocopter and Furion going to be banned out by Evil Geniuses. Medusa and the Mirana going to be the third and fourth bans by Speed Gaming. Dazzle going to be the third pick for EG to go with their Naga, and Elder Titan. Hippie, we see it so infrequently, and Dazzle is oh so good. He is so sweet. Au santé. I love it, and it makes me wonder what they're going to do here.
I think you put a little more value on Dazzle than some other people do, but I do think he is a strong hero.
Good.
I think the change to that Poison Touch, so it's a more reliable slow at lower levels, is something that's also been undervalued, because previously, Dazzle really didn't have good kill potential, at least in terms of having any control, until at least level 5. And so that really slowed down a lane, especially in a lane where, in a meta where tri-lanes are, of course, still reasonably popular. Your supports are getting more experience now, but it's not like so much more that they're always over leveled. They're generally getting a little more, but it means that he can be that much more effective. A 3-second slow, obviously, 3 times as good as a 1-second slow.
Yeah.
So you can end up getting a lot more quick kills. You don't need to wait so long for him to become effective. He's a much less defensive of a pick in this sort of situation. He still does suffer from the problem of the fact that all of his skills really do need levels.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go kind of that 1-1-1 and then get Poison Touch to 3, so you have the you have that little bit of buff for it. Yeah, so you have the sun coming out.
Yeah.
Actually, didn't they move that to 4? I can't.
I think it is. I was actually
they moved it to 4 with the new Dazzle changes.
The tooltip doesn't say so. Yeah. Level 5 is less important in terms of level 3 poison touch, but the first 2 points now do like twice as much damage as they used to.
Yeah, but you still need to kind of think about maybe wanting to get that those poison touch, some extra levels,
right,
so you can get it maxed out and get the stun.
Right.
But then you're sacrificing, Shallow Grave is one of the best skills in the freaking game.
Right.
Getting it on a 15-second cooldown is absurd. And quite frankly, the Shadow Wave healing, like the nuke damage you can get off that, is pretty absurd in team fights. And if you start team fighting and you only have level 1 Shadow Wave, if you're about like level 6 or 7, you have 1 point in Shadow Wave, you're not really that big of a deal in team fights. Even with that, you're really good in like a ganking pickoff strat. So then you have to worry about, the build that he's going. He has to really think, 5 levels from now, what am I going to be doing? Because you lock yourself in very early on Dazzle with what you're going to be going.
Right. No, and you're exactly right. And you're spot on that he really is a hero where all of his abilities need to be leveled up. Shallow Grave it's sort of a 1-point wonder. That first point is very valuable, but going from a 60 to a 15-second cooldown, a huge window of time there. I mean, it sort of limits some of Dazzle's buyback potential as well. If that ability is on cooldown, one of the big things that he can be useful for, he dies, buys back, comes back into a fight if they're near a tower, can get off another sick grave, something like that. And Shadow Wave, like you said, same thing. Every level gives you an extra 20 healing, and that cooldown drastically reduces getting cut in half. So lots of Dazzle talk. And we'll see. It looks like they could be gearing up, though, for a pretty scary combo. A good bit of minus armor action here coming out between the Riptide and, of course, Dazzle's Weave. Elder Titan, as we know, that natural order, very powerful. And Alchemist now going to be their 4th pick. So a lot of damage coming out from their team. I don't know. Could be a pretty scary lineup. Speed Gaming going to 3rd pick Puck. And now it will go to them for their 4th pick. But EG, they did think a while before they wanted to grab that Alchemist, burning almost all of their bonus time.
Well, I agree with you that it is something that can be very, very nice for some minus armor stack. They have a lot of really good AoE minus armor, which is very significant. They're not worried about just, getting it on just a couple targets, like if it was a Wave of Terror, or a single target like Slaughter's Amplified Damage. This is a team that's going to get wrecked by AoE physical damage. And again, Shadow Wave, that's a really, really big deal when it comes to that. But on top of that, I want to point out that along with that Alchemist HP regen, Shallow Grave is amazing. If he gets a Shallow Grave on the Alchemist while he's in Chemical Rage at the right time, and, basically gets rid of all the burst, then Alchemist, of course, starts regenning up those 100 points a second. You get some Shadow Wave healing on top of that. He's going to be very, very hard to bring down with a Dazzle on his team.
Yeah, those two do pair nicely.
And
but
EG doesn't get their last ban.
Yeah.
They missed it. Ran out of time.
Wow, I just noticed that. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And yeah, you're exactly right. Juggernaut was the 4th pick for speed to go with their Puck, Visage, and Venomancer. And you're exactly right. They did burn almost all of their bonus time on the Alchemist, and no 5th ban. We'll see what Speed Gaming want to take off the table with their final ban. But how big of a deal is this, Hippie? Is this one of those like, yeah, they could have taken somebody scary out, but it's not the end of the world? Or is this almost a make it or break it kind of?
It's not good.
Yeah.
I mean, your last ban is, in my opinion, your biggest ban, because it's where you get to try and ban something that's going to synergize really well with their lineup or counter most of your lineup. And that's more minus armor, by the way, coming out from the Weaver, as well as more physical damage. I think that's an excellent pick. Cements their lanes. They're probably going to have the off-lane Weaver, tri-lane Alchemist, Dazzle, Naga, Siren, and Elder Titan in the middle lane.
Yeah.
I want to real quick talk about this Juggernaut for Speed Gaming, because the way they've built this team, they don't have a lot of solid disable, but the Venomancer, the Visage, and the Puck are all very good at keeping people in one general area, meaning that Juggernaut's bounces will be able to catch a whole lot of people. Juggernaut's spin will hit a whole lot of people. They're not going to be able to get out of range of any of his abilities, even though they're not going to be totally locked down, which is going to be very, very dangerous. Now, here's the thing, though. I think that's an aggressive tri-lane, is what they're showing right here, between Juggernaut, Veno, and Visage. 'Cause first of all, it's going to be an amazing kill tri-lane. And second of all, having picked the Puck, I don't think they're going to want to send the Puck in an off-lane against that deadly lane that EG has available, and they have to put that OD in mid.
Yeah, absolutely. So OD, I'm glad OD still gets picked on occasion.
Maybe not.
Because, we've talked about how he can still be powerful as one of those last picks, and I think that's really where he fits in right now, that kind of niche 5th pick as he was used here. And, yeah, we'll see how they lane this. It is going to be Arteezy on the OD, so it looks like he will be mid. And
it is going to be that off-lane Puck, even though I said I didn't want to see it, but you do see Boots first coming out from the Puck to make him very, very evasive. He's not worried about getting farm. He's not worried about getting items, which means his Blink Dagger is going to be kind of slowed down, but he should still have the experience he needs to be, able to set up some ganks and stuff. It is a little risky, because if your Puck gets shut down a whole lot, he's someone who's hard to kind of recovery farm on until you have some levels for his nukes. Like, if somebody stacks up a bunch of hard camps for you, you can kind of AoE nuke them down, but you need levels before you're able to really do that, or you need support to help you deal with it, and then you're sharing the XP.
Right. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and introduce our rosters here. So I'm all sorts of distracted, still getting messages and whatnot. So, Slowly getting more and more with it here, folks. Again, thank you for joining us on Dota Radio. We do have that broadcaster slot in-game, so if you have an Natalic ticket and you prefer to control the camera, well, you can do just that. Remember to check out Natalic.tv. Again, Blaze is casting on the Natalic official channel. That was why we were waiting to get this game going, so if you want to go check out the official channel, just so I can sleep tonight, shameless plug for Blaze, go check him out. Stand-up caster. So, all right, let's introduce our rosters. Here on the dire side, going to have Evil Geniuses in the bottom lane. Universe going to be playing on the Elder Titan. Looks like he'll be in a duo lane with the Dazzle. Going to be played by Fogged. That means in the mid, MSS going to be on the Alchemist here. And in the top lane, Jo going to be on the Naga Siren. And Fear, of course, going to be farming away on that Weaver. Now in the mid lane, for Speed Gaming International, going to have Arteezy on the Outworld Devourer. And speaking of Outworld Devourer in the mid lane, Aoi 2000 on the Visage going to fly in, and they're going to make that Alchemist's life a little bit more difficult here. Acid Spray, a great utility item for, why did I say item? A great utility spell for that mid lane, although unfortunately for the Alchemist, OD being ranged will be able to stand out of it for at least a fair portion of his last hitting. But look at this, Visage just non-stop harassing MSS, getting absolutely no room to breathe. We'll talk about it in a second. Let's finish introducing these rosters. Eternal Envy going to be in the bottom lane on the Juggernaut. Again, right now up against the duo lane of Dazzle, Elder Titan. He does have a support with him. Pylai Dai going to be on the Venomancer. Right now creep pulling to try and get a little bit of lane control back, but going to be supporting him nonetheless. Up in the top lane will be Sing Sing on that off-lane puck, as we mentioned, and Aoi 2000 on the Visage, rotating about, but right now is stationed in the mid lane, continuing to harass back the Alchemist. So look at this. Alchemist not getting much in the way of farm, 1-0 in terms of last hits. The OD 7-6. So not only getting a lot of last hits himself, but also denying that precious experience from Alchemist. Hippie, he's still level 1, and Arteezy halfway to level 3.
Yeah, and actually, Fogged looking like he's going to get gone on right here. He does not have Shallow Grave yet. He is going to go down to this spin coming out from Eternal Envy on that Juggernaut, and that's slow from Pylai Dai. That Venomous Gale is so insanely good. It's long been, known as basically the best one-point wonder slow in the entire game. Now that the rest of Venomancer is strong enough to make him a viable pick again, you're seeing the strength of that ability come out again. Looks like they're going to try and get a little bit of return damage on a Pylai Dai, but I doubt they can get a kill off that. Eternal Envy actually coming around. Another slow going to come out on a Universe. Is he going to get a spin? 2 seconds, 1 second. He's got the cooldown, but no, too much good. No, that was a really, really good choice to back off right there. The Spirit was just coming back to Universe, gave him a little bit of bonus damage. Between that, the heal coming out from Dazzle, and just the pairs of auto attacks that were going to be coming out, he would have gone down if he'd gone in for that spin. Really good decision making from Eternal Envy.
And because the Dazzle heal is physical damage, it goes through spin. It goes
through the spin, yes.
Very important to note right there in that little exchange. So you're right, well played by the old Juggernaut there. Getting the Healing Ward down, of course. Didn't have enough mana to use Healing Ward and Blade Fury, but looking to get a little more aggressive here. Does have a couple of stick charges, trying to perhaps force an engage, all the while in the mid. Whoa, Dire Courier going to get picked off in the mid lane. I think that was Aoi that finished it off perhaps, and Alchemist, man, his life is just hell in a handbasket. What was on that Courier? Can you see, Hippie?
Nothing.
Nothing, it was empty.
It was empty.
All right.
But I can't believe the laning decision from EG right here.
Yeah.
Like,
well, look at this Alchemist.
Okay. Well, on the one... Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's going in on a Pylai Dai right there.
Yeah, that's going to be
That was a fast little blow up.
Yeah, look at that. Alchemist actually smoked his way down from mid lane, just recognizing, hey, I'm not getting any farm here anyway. Maybe I can set up a kill, and he grabs one. So just going to tie it up 1-1. At least EG get a kill on the board. Much needed bit of recovery for MSS, though. He wasn't the one to get the last hit. Fogged on the Dazzle actually got the bit of bonus gold. But, about the lanes.
Well, just, it's so weird. I mean, I get that they don't want to have too many melees stacked up in that top lane, but Naga Alchemist is not a combo you want to be anywhere near. It looks like Sing Sing's actually going to get netted right here and gone on by Fear. Does he have the orb to get out? He is going to make it just in time.
In the bottom Universe, there it is. Deny going to come out from Fogged. Up in the top lane, though, 2 fights happening at the same time, and I'm glad you were watching the top one so you can give us a recap because I missed it on camera there. Weaver as well as the Naga going to be able to dive puck.
Aoi going in.
Going to be able to grab a pretty easy kill there. Yep, Aoi on the Visage going to try to engage on Naga. Naga level 3 right now, not enough mana to drop a spell. Not going to be able to do anything. Fear trying to do as much damage as he can. Will Shikuchi forward. Aoi 2000 very tanky on that Visage, but starting to take a lot of damage. Sing Sing's going to be back. Shikuchi in once again. Aoi going to be in big trouble here. Arteezy's now rotated his way in. Visage is going to get killed by the Weaver, but Fear going to be in a lot of trouble here. He's going to be out of mana. Not going to be able to Shikuchi. The Illusory Orb going to come in. Will connect. Down he goes. So that's going to make it, I guess kind of a 2-for-1 as Puck did get taken down initially. And Weaver going to fall. So, yeah, while that was happening, we saw in the bottom lane that classic combo, the Juggernaut Venomancer, just a bit too much for the Elder Titan. But unfortunately for Speed Gaming, that dot allowed for the deny, and it was well played by Fogged on the Dazzle to secure that deny, and, well, not helping Universe at all in terms of the amount of gold he loses, but at least thwarting some of the gain there for Eternal Envy.
Yeah, but E already picks up 2 kills. I believe one of those was still the first blood, so he is in very, very good shape. 2 assists for Pylai Dai. EE, is he leading? Yeah, he's leading the net worth, just barely over that OD. Actually, they're trading back and forth, but they're both significantly ahead of the Weaver. And Pylai Dai gonna get rotated on by the Alchemist again, and this is exactly what you want to do. If you're losing mid and you have a hero who can gank effectively, one of the best things to do is just, okay, you leave mid, because you don't want to feed anymore, you don't want to get denied out of your experience, and you go just try to help win the other lanes. You know, if you're having, and that's just a general rule. Like, if you're having a hard time in a carry support lane, and you can kind of, you know, leave the carry a bit, go gank mid. Shut down the enemy mid. Make sure that you're winning another lane if one of yours is already kind of a foregone conclusion. Get yourself a little bit of extra experience, extra gold that you're kind of lacking because you can't get to the creeps in your lane. And then on top of that, you open up your mid some space to make a bigger rotation because he's already ahead. So that's exactly what MSS is doing in this bottom lane. He sees it's a tough bottom lane. They know that Speed Gaming has to hit kind of a mid-game sort of timing because their carries are an OD and a Juggernaut. There's no way they're going to stand up late game to an Alchemist and a Weaver. So shut down the Juggernaut early or shut down his support so he gets not quite as good lane farm and be able to slow him down a lot while also catching up your Alchemist a little bit, who's still way behind, but those 2 kills have definitely picked him up.
Yeah, and I was going to say, at face value, it's sort of like, oh, wow, he's ganked bottom lane twice. This is great for Alchemist, but he has literally 2 creep kills right now. I mean, if you look at the net worth chart.
Yeah, against that dual lane, he can't do nothing.
It is embarrassing. I mean, he's at 1K, and OD, his mid opponent, is at 3.3K, leading the way. So there's still a huge disparity, though that may change. Outworld Devourer looking like he may get converged on here. Naga going to rotate in first. That's going to be the Ensnare. Astral Imprisonment going to be used to mitigate some of the damage, but Fogged on that Dazzle does have a double damage rune. That'll make for a very easy kill. And actually, MSS going to be able to pop out of that Astral Imprisonment in time to grab the last hit on that kill, so some much needed gold going to come his way. And now, even better, he's going to have a little bit of farming room while OD's in the grave to grab at least a couple of last hits. So great support from EG, as you were mentioning, trying to do what they can, rotate these lanes, and most importantly, not feed the OD, but grabbing a kill on him. Very nicely done. Showing they have some life in them yet. Speed Gaming, though, they're off to a good start here. About a 1,600 gold advantage, 1,000 experience lead here at the 7-minute mark. It is all tied up. 5 apiece, 5-5 on the board, but in the mid lane, is this going to be another kill onto the Alchemist? Going to get thrown in the Astral Imprisonment? Nope, they're not going to go for it. Thought Pylai Dai may shoot out another one of those Venomous Gales. Interesting build, though. He is going to go the 1-3-1. That's 3 points into the passive Poison Sting. I don't know if interesting was the right word, but noteworthy. We do see the Plague Ward build very commonly, but that Poison Sting, man, it hurts. That's slow, pretty damn effective as well at 13% here at level 3.
Well, and you've got to remember that the level of the Plague Wards doesn't affect the level of the Sting they get. It's all about the Sting level. So by leveling that Sting, you're buffing 2 different skills, both your auto attacks and the wards. And the Gale, of course, as usual, gets its ridiculously good slow at all levels, which is the biggest thing.
Right. Yeah, so, up in the top lane here, Aoi 2000 going to be in a little bit of trouble. He's farming solo. Visage not going to be able to get out of that one. Fear, Jo, and Fogged, all 3 of them going to group up, and, going to make for an easy kill. In the mid, though, Alchemist, same thing going to happen, except the other way here. Dream Coil actually going to be burned to keep him in place. Venomancer going to come around the backside, and Pylai Dai going to be able to grab that last hit, going to catch a nice Gale. Will connect with the Elder Titan, who's going to take a lot of damage. He'll eventually fall. Dazzle got Galed as well, and may be in some trouble. No, Dazzle going to be okay, but now Naga going to be the one in trouble. This is going to be a 3-for-0 exchange in favor of Speed Gaming here. Fogged may be the next to fall. Is this going to be a 4-for-0? 1 or 2 more hits onto that Dazzle, all to do it. We see the pings coming out, and I don't know if they're going to be able to grab him. Eternal Envy and Hot Pursuit does have the phase boots. Oh, no.
Maybe not. He's sticked up.
Going to be able to make it out, but now Fear could be in a little bit of trouble himself. He is going to Shikuchi back, and he will survive, but still a very convincing fight for Speed Gaming. Going to end up being a 3-for-1 exchange across the map. They did lose their Visage up in the top, but EG with kind of a sloppy defense. They all just kind of poured it into that tower, set up for an easy Gale for Pylai Dai, and that just set up that fight to go the way of Speed Gaming. Eternal Envy also got a nice Omni Slash off that only level 1, so only 3 bounces, but I think at least 2 of them, if not all 3, bounced onto heroes.
Yeah, and Arteezy also got, I think, it was a 2 or 3 hero Sanity's Eclipse after he had a couple intelligence steals, and that's always brutal.
Yeah, that's
and
big.
He got the Elder Titan and freaking annihilated him. He got the Naga Siren, got most of her health away in that, and then she got finished off very easily. was a very, very good ultimate from the OD.
Yep, and uh-oh, Aoi going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Naga initiating with the ensnare. Dazzle going to follow up with the poison touch. Plenty of damage going to come out. Fogged actually going to be able to walk away with that kill. This Dazzle, he's starting to rack up the kills. He's 3-2-2. He's dazzling all over the place. And, well, being that nice aggressive support that he should be. I like to see it.
I don't like this pickup from Eternal Envy. I don't like the Midas. I don't like that he thinks he's going to somehow outcarry this game.
Yeah, I don't know.
If they can keep putting enough pressure on EG to slow them down long enough for the Midas to take effect, it will be really, really good. Like, don't get me wrong. It can be really good, but it's a big risk when you have a team. You're already ahead. You have to capitalize on how you're ahead, because you need to have this done by like 35-40 minutes, or else you're in trouble as the Alchemist and the Weaver start to outfarm you. So going on Midas and just kind of delaying your effectiveness by about 10 minutes, I don't love it.
Yeah, I would agree, because as you mentioned, there's not really any real way they're going to be able to outcarry the Weaver as well as the Alchemist in a no-holds-barred farming matchup here, so you're right. One of the great things about Juggernaut is his mid-game damage he can put out. If you can get a decently timed Oggs at level 16, those Omni Slashes do a huge amount of damage. He does have a crit, so he can kind of play that hard carry role, but not nearly as effectively as some of these other heroes, so I absolutely agree with you. I don't think it's a bad choice, but one that could be risky here in this match, and also because I don't know if you noticed, Arteezy going to have a Hand of Midas as well, so that's a double Hand of Midas strat for Speed Gaming. We saw that from EG in the last match. Did not work out too well for him. Maybe Speed just thinking, hey, you know what, we've got a nice lead already. Let's take that lead and make it a bigger lead. A little bit of Artosis action. About 5,000 gold already, so it could work out for him. Just have to be a little bit careful in this interim here while they don't have a lot to show for those early item economic investments. We see Outworld Devour up here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. He's going to be able to survive. Actually going to be able to turn it around onto the Dazzle. Then will Astral imprison himself to try and survive. Aoi going to make his way up here. Wow, going to be able to finish off that Alchemist. Alchemist just going to melt like wet tissue paper right there. Very nicely played by the Outworld Devourer. He does have a nice level advantage, making some of that possible. I thought with the Hand of Midas investment, that may work against him there, but still able to make it happen and turn it around for a 2-for-1. In the bottom, Puck as well as Eternal Envy here on the Juggernaut going to dive that Tier 1 tower. Will finish off the Elder Titan. Now they're going to be able to go toe-to-toe with that Naga Siren. They're headed for the hills, though. Fear on the Weaver going to make his way down. The Healing Ward is out, going to send it back the Puck way. Puck going to try to port out and is going to make it. Eternal Envy, though, might not be so lucky. Indeed not. Ensnare Riptide combo going to be enough to finish him off, so EG will get a couple of cleanup kills down in the bottom lane. While all that was happening, that opened up a bit of a window of opportunity for Speed to pressure this top Tier 1 tower, the Venomancer as well as the Visage. Birds and wards are all you need to take out Tier 1 towers, so they will secure themselves another Tier 1 tower kill, but not before EG secure one of their own. They're going to pressure this bottom Tier 1 tower very hard. Right now it is 2-0 in terms of total tower count, and EG may make it 2-1 depending on how hard they want to pressure this bottom Tier 1. It is down to about half health, but Speed International do have some support coming its way, so we may see yet another engage here commence in the bottom. Nope, EG just going to back up right away. So across the board, exchanges and kills, but I think when it's all said and done, Speed Gaming going to come out even further ahead, now leading by almost 7,500 after picking up another tower kill.
Yeah, I just want to say the fact that Puck lived it all in that last little fight between Speed and EG was just because of some incredibly Gosu healing ward micro from Eternal Envy. Puck was basically under Tier 2, caught in a net with no hit points. Yeah. And he's just basically keeping the ward right at the edge of its effective radius, microing it away from the Naga Siren every time she tried to chase it down, and be very, very careful with it to keep both himself and the Puck in it, while also managing to keep it alive for such a long time. Of course, he eventually went down because the heroes had to split up as they started getting chased by the Weaver. They had to basically choose who was going to die, but they both would have been gone if it wasn't for that, just easily.
Yeah. So it looks like we could see another engage commence here in the bottom lane. All 5 of EG grouped up. Speed International spread about the map a bit more. They need to be a little bit careful. They only have 3 defending this bottom tower. EG investing a lot, though, to try and secure this tower kill. They've got 5 people down here. No one farming. They're just going to play a little bit of 5-man Dota. They're going to secure some more tower kills. They do grab the Tier 1 in the bottom lane. That is actually their first tower kill. Aoi hanging out in the top lane, starting to poke away at that Tier 2. Does about, I don't know, a third damage to it or so. So not too bad, but I don't know. EG's strategy right now seems just kind of, you know what, let's just get some towers. Let's group up, and I guess I can empathize a little bit. They are trailing by a decent gold margin. Just getting some towers knocked down will help him out here. But Speed Gaming now, 3 Hand of Midas, Hippie. One going to be picked up on the Visage now, and of course we saw the OD Midas as well as the Juggernaut Midas a few minutes ago. So needless to say, Speed Gaming going for the straight-up Midas strat, as it may be.
Yeah, they're trying to secure themselves extra levels, I think, basically. And try to catapult this a little bit, because of course the gold isn't going to catch up for another 10 minutes, but the levels accelerate immediately as soon as you get that Midas because of the extra experience. So that is what I have to figure is going through the head, is that we need some extra levels. We want to get the experience advantage to make sure our skills are as powerful as possible, and that will let us get this mid-game pressure going. We don't need as many items as we need levels, and maybe it's going to work out for them. I mean, that could be a very effective way to do things. Owie getting pinged like crazy just sitting up there. They saw him move with that ward. They know where he is.
Yeah, I mean, just pull up that hero level chart, and you'll see 2 level 11s for Speed Gaming and only 1 for EG. So there definitely is a big experience gap. Owie will be in a little bit of trouble here. Going to try to port out following that ensnare. Not going to be able to make it happen. Dazzle going to throw the poison touch. Of course, it does mini stun upon impact, and that will be an easy kill for EG. 11 to 10 here at the 15-minute mark. We're pretty even in hero kills, but still that gold graph way in favor of Speed. About 5,000 here. We are going to see an Omni Slash used in the mid lane. It's going to get, well, a couple of nice bounces onto the Weaver. Dream Coil did come out as well, and Fear is going to fall to the wrath of a level 11 Juggernaut. 5 Omni Slash bounces, enough to finish off that pesky Spider. In the top lane, EG grouping up. They want to try and knock down another Tier 1 tower, and it looks like Speed Gaming ready to defend. A few ports come in, and alas, EG do head for the hills. Not too eager to pressure these towers.
Yeah, I gotta say though that, you know, with all I was saying, oh man, they have an advantage, they should pressure it. They won't be able to deal with the Alchemist and the Weaver late game. If you look at the Alchemist, he's just got his first point in Greevil's Greed. He wasn't going a Greed build because he wasn't the primary farmer, so his recovery is going to be a lot slower than a one-position Alchemist would be because he hasn't had the room to kind of put points into Greed. And on top of that, the Weaver has Treads of Perseverance and a Bass Ring. He's got another 1,000 gold on top of that, but these are heroes who are really, really far behind as far as gold goes.
Yeah.
So their effective window is going to be extended for at least about 5-10 minutes while these heroes try to catch up a little bit. But again, if you give too much space, the Alchemist will get his levels, he'll get his greed going, he'll manage to get things done. And even though they have some reasonably good anti-Alchemist in the form of the Venomancer, it's not really going to change the fact that he's going to be really, really nasty late game. The Weaver will be able to get in and kind of crush the Venomancer and shut that down. And then the Alchemist will be able to run free.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, looking at other item pickups here, Puck now going to be able to grab his Blink Dagger. That's good news for Sing Sing. He did struggle a little bit in that off lane, as a Puck in the off lane really should. So good to see him getting that Blink in a fairly timely manner here, right around that 60-minute mark. Eternal Envy now going to start moving into a kind of a hard carry jug, if you will. At least going to grab an item onto that route. Does have a Yasha, probably going to get turn that into a Manta. We'll see. I'm curious if EE is going to go for the Oggs here. That's a very common item pickup on Juggernaut. And I don't know, based on how he's building and with that Midas, we're both sort of under the assumption that he's going to go for more of a hard carry build, and Oggs doesn't fit into that model quite as well. Of course, it is more of a mid-game oriented item. The Ultimate Orb going to come out, so indeed will be a Manta. But EG with a crafty little play here. They're going to move into the Roshan pit. It's going to get scattered out by Owie's birds. Rosh down to about 1,500 HP, and Speed Gaming actually going to be able to contest this. Astral Imprisonment going to come out. Oh no, this is going to be so bad. Sing Sing going to blink in. That'll be the end of the Alchemist before the fight really starts. Naga Siren going to use the ultimate. They're going to try to finish off Rosh. Rosh going to fall. The Aegis going to get snatched by the Dire. So Naga going to grab the Aegis. It does get finished off by the Radiant. The fight not going to transpire the way EG want, though. It's going to be a clean sweep. It looks like Outworld Devourer very low, but is going to be able to survive. It's going to be a 4-0, 5-0 if you count the Naga's Aegis getting burned and then getting taken out again. Fear, the only one left alive on that Weaver. He's going to Shikuchi through, and I think he will be able to survive, but oh no, just not what EG needed right there. We had an even-ish game up until now, but with all the hand of Midas, the Roshan Gold going the way of Speed Gaming, and basically a clean sweep, 4-0. Looking a little rough here for EG Hippie.
Yeah, even with the minus armor that EG had available, it just wasn't enough to bring the Rosh down fast enough because they're really lacking on damage. They don't really have anyone who swings for that much. Even Weaver only swinging for a little bit over 100 damage right now at the almost 19-minute mark. That's depressing, man.
Yeah.
Really, really far behind. The Alchemist is too, and this, all the Midases notwithstanding, the advantage, even if you take away the Midases, there's still an item advantage on all of these carries, and that's when I stop saying, okay, this Midas may have been iffy, and when I start saying, okay, when without your Midas, like if you get rid of it, you're still leading, I don't care if you have a Midas. Then you're just really cementing a gigantic advantage that you already have.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just look at that net worth chart. That sort of tells the tale. We see 4 of the EG heroes in the bottom 5 on the overall net worth chart. So that statistic alone, I think, paints a pretty accurate picture of what's been happening in this match. We're going to see a team fight engage, though. EG going to come around the backside here to try and defend their tier 2 in the bottom lane. A nice Earth Splitter going to come out. That will be enough to secure the kill onto Visage, but oh no, Naga Siren going to get taken out as Jug does chase him down. Elder Titan going to walk away with a double kill as he finishes off the Venomancer as well. So actually a nice engage in that Earth Splitter, turning the tides a little bit. So EG, well, going to come out ahead, a 2-for-1 exchange, but you know, a small victory by looking at this gold graph. Still quite the mountain to climb, although a nice hold there at the tier 2.
Yeah, I want to say that Sing Sing, for all I said about, man, he's gonna have problems, haven't been in the offlane, he won't get his blink very fast. He had his blink at like 11 or 12 minutes. And that was really, really ridiculous, and I want to give him props for that, because offlane puck is not really an easy thing to play. And I think it really helped that Speed was putting on so much pressure in other lanes to try to force supports to rotate away and give him a little bit of extra experience, give him a little bit of extra farm. And now look at him. He's, you know, only 1,100 gold behind the Weaver, who was in 1 position, and he's playing a 3-position puck.
Yeah.
You know, he's got another 1,500 gold. He's going to be building towards a Hex probably next.
Yeah.
And he actually might get it within a reasonable amount of time, like almost as fast as you would expect a 2-position puck to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I again, multitasking here. You're exactly right, though. And, I mean, looking at the inventories to sort of second what you're saying here, we see Speed Gaming now completing that next round of core items, the Manta coming out, now the Orchid going to be on the Outworld Devour. We're still no other big items picked up on EG. We do see an Ultimate Orb now in the inventory of the Weaver, so working towards that Lincoln's, but here at the 21-minute mark, that's not a good sign. Really, their only big item is that Mech, and that's not going to help them too much. I mean, Mech is a great team fight item, but in terms of where they're really hurting right now, which is in that right-click auto-attack damage, Mech isn't going to help you there. So it's starting to get even more scary. They're going to engage on the Weaver up here. Orchid going to be used right away. Actually going to burn the Sanity's Eclipse. A little bit surprised to see that ulti used so hastily, but Weaver's still going to fall as Naga does burn the ult to try and keep him alive. Still a nice engage. Weaver, the only one farming well on the side of EG. He is number 3 on the net worth chart. A very worthy kill right there. And does he have buyback, actually? He may need to use it here, depending on how aggressive Speed Gaming want to get. And he does have a buyback, actually. I don't know that he's going to need to use it, but this is kind of around that time. EG getting closer to that point of, well, you might as well use it, because if you don't, they're just going to knock on our front door, and we've got nothing to defend with. But it looks like Speed Gaming here are going to do a bit of split pushing. Eternal Envy and Owie going to move to the mid lane and start taking away some health from that tier 2 tower, and up in the top, Pylai Dai, Arteezy, and Sing Sing going to be able to take down this top tier 2 tower pretty easily. A smart play from Speed. EG not going to have the forces to defend either push.
Yeah, and you can see MSS actually bought and then immediately sold a Midas. He was like, oh, I need this Midas to try and get some recovery farm going. And then he looked at how much space he has to farm on the map. He was like, maybe that's not the best decision I've ever made in my life. So he sold it, bought the pieces to an armlet. But, you know, 22.5 minutes, you're trying to finish an armlet just on an alchemist of all heroes, on a hero who, you know, if even, oh god, I have to go back to, I hated them laning him in that 1v2 mid for so long and just letting him get shut down like that. And they had to know that Alk versus OD was terrible in the first place.
Yeah.
And he wasn't going to get a lot of farm done right there. Even with the acid spray to try and zone the OD out of mid, which can be very effective because of OD's low HP pool, and the fact that he has to go some different regen routes now since his old ones kind of got closed off by the patch. It's still a really nasty mid to try to last hit against, and if your Alchemist isn't last hitting, he's not getting a lot done.
Yes, that is a good way to sum up Alchemist to a T, I think. If your Alchemist isn't getting farm, something may be going wrong. I mean, I guess that there is a such thing as a support Alchemist, but, you know, a good rule of thumb, perhaps. In the mid lane here, Naga Siren going to be in a big, bit of a sticky wicket there. Naga going to fall. Arteezy could be in a little bit of trouble here as well. Earth Splitter going to come out, not going to connect with anything. Going to be a whiff there from Universe, unfortunately. They're going to try and chase down Arteezy. Arteezy will fall. Pylai Dai gets the ultimate off, but he is going to fall. That's going to be a 1-for-2 exchange. Now Owie going to fall. Actually, EG going to take a nice fight right here, and we'll be able to finish off the Outworld Devourer as well as the Visage and the Venomancer in exchange for just their Naga Siren. But again, Speed Gaming, it's a multi-pronged attack. They finish off the last remaining outer tower for Team Evil Geniuses. That is the tier 2 in the bottom lane. Total tower count is now 6-1 in favor of Speed Gaming. So, not the best exchange in the mid, maybe getting hyper-aggressive, but still finding a nice cost-effective exchange. Gold lead now upwards of about 20,000, experience lead to match, somewhere about 15,000.
At the same time, though, I mean, again, I'm talking about, oh, these guys are so far behind. Oh, Alchemist, he doesn't have a lot of levels in Grievel's Greed. You give him enough space, and you give that Weaver enough space. You keep feeding kills. You keep kind of throwing away a little bit of your advantage. Even if you're taking towers, you're giving them a little bit more, a little bit more, and a little bit more. You could be taking towers much more safely and not throwing away 3 heroes to do it, quite frankly. So the fact that this is happening, and look, the Alchemist, now that he's got the 2 points in greed, he's getting a little bit more farm. Oh, but he's going to go down. Never mind.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Poor
Goodbye,
Alchemist. And they may be able to grab
I had
Fear
so much
here?
faith.
No? Okay. I wasn't sure how much Fear was going to commit there, but yeah, you're right. He's just too far behind. I mean, look at his items. He's got an armlet and power treads to go with the magic wand and the bottle. I mean, that's good. That's a nice try, but it's not enough at this point. Your Alchemist really needs to get that momentum. We see Weaver here almost in a little bit of trouble, is actually going to get hit by that Shiva's, and wow, I said almost. He is in trouble. I said almost because Lincoln's did stop the Astral Imprisonment. I thought he might be able to make it away, but yeah, that Shiva's came out, as did the Sanity's Eclipse, and the highest farmer on EG just going to get melted by Artesia on that level 18 Outworld Devourer. OD is starting to get fat, my friend.
Yeah, but I mean, talking about fat, Juggernaut, 14,500 gold compared to Weaver, 8,000 gold. The Puck is now ahead of the Weaver. The off-lane Puck is now out-farming the safe-lane Weaver. That is not a position you ever want to be in.
Yeah.
And he's 500 gold to his Mystic Staff, and then on top of that, so he's maybe 1,400 gold till he has a Hex on Puck.
Yeah.
As an offlane Puck, he's gonna have Blink Hex at maybe 28, 29 minutes sooner if they get a few more kills or another tower.
Yeah, it's true, and I don't know. It's pretty bad for EG at this point. 20,000 gold differential coming in. I'm not really sure what they can do. I don't want to call it too early, but. Yeah, like even Puck right here, just no fear, gonna hop in, kind of 1v4 actually. There was support on the way. Naga Siren gonna use the ultimate here. Dazzle gonna burn the ulti as well. Juggernaut could be in a little bit of trouble, but he is level 16. Does have that level 3 Omni Slash, gonna use it right away. The Earth Splitter comes out, does do a bit of damage. Sing Sing actually gonna be the first to fall. Dominating streak gonna get ended, so that will be a nice bounty going the way of Weaver. That Alchemist actually gonna get the Shallow Grave on him, so although all that damage coming out, he does survive a bit longer, but still this fight's starting to look like it's gonna go the way of speed. They did lose their Veno and their Puck, but an ultra kill gonna come out for Artesia. He is just too fat. And he actually is going to fall. Elder Titan going to be able to end that unstoppable streak. A nice 900 gold bounty, but he's not going to get away unchecked. Aoi 2000 going to try to finish him off. Are there going to be stuns from the birds? Nope, none of them going to be available. So that fight, kind of chaotic. Actually going to be a 3-for-4. So EG not getting the better of the exchange, but could have gone a lot worse for him. At least they did grab a couple of those kills. They ended a couple of streaks, so that's a little bit of gold in their pocket. But now some pressure going to be fall their mid-tier 3, and they're not going to have much to deal with it, except for that Naga and Elder Titan.
Yeah, and with this AC picked up about a minute ago by Eternal Envy, this tower is going to be taking a lot of damage. We have the Stomp coming out from the Elder Titan, but of course the Spin lets him deal with that, and of course you can still attack anything that's not taking your spin damage while you are spinning, meaning the Juggernaut can actually hit those buildings, and of course does not just get immediately hard countered if he's spinning and you pop a BKB.
Yeah. So, not going to be able to take down that tier 3 tower in the mid. It will survive with about half health. Still a nice little bit of pressure coming out from Speed Gaming. I like that they're staying aggressive here, continuing to pressure wherever they have the opportunity. Og Scepter now completed on Visage. Kind of obvious. He does have 3 birds on the field. So, those astute viewers out there have already figured that out. And I think Sing Sing going to be pretty damn close to that sheep stick. Actually, not quite as close. He did fall in that last fight, so going to get knocked back down to about 2,200 gold in the bank. So did lose a good bit there, but still pretty close to that sheep stick nonetheless. And Sing Sing going to blink forward. I thought he was going to try to engage on that Elder Titan, but just going to clear out the creep wave. So Roshan has respawned though here at the 28-minute mark. It is 25-18. Again, Speed Gaming leading this best of 3 series with a quick victory in game 1, and they're well on their way to taking a 2-0 in this best of 3 here at the Natalic Pro League on Dota Radio. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. I'm Zyori. With me is Hippie. Our names aren't on the overlays. Sorry about that if you were so inclined or curious to our identities. Sort of picking up the slack a little bit. Apparently,
Yasha on
some
OD.
issue. Yeah. Oh.
Yasha on OD.
Oh, look at that.
That's just. I mean, is he going Manta style? Is he going whatever? I mean, it's a troll item. I guarantee you, it's a troll item.
Manta
there's
OD.
no way that's
Those
a
illusions.
legitimate item build, no matter what he goes with it.
Yeah.
But it is funny, and I mean, Arteezy at this point is he's wrecking people so hard. In that last fight, it was just so much damage coming out. He can kind of afford to get away with the troll item at this point. I do think Speed has this pretty much in the bag. They'd have to throw really hard to lose this at this point.
Yeah, and we see this fight right now. EG just on the defensive. Speed Gaming just rummaging through the EG base. Really few cares in the world right here. Naga Siren is going to get the ulti off. Will connect with pretty much every hero on Speed. They're going to try and set something up. Earth Splitter is going to come out. Will do a good bit of damage. The OD will be the first to fall, but he does have that Aegis, so he's going to pop right back up. The Naga Siren actually going to get taken out as well. It is a 5v4 on the field right now, as EG still have all 4 of their members up, less that of the Naga, of course. But with that said, they're still not holding as well as they would have liked. The mid tier 3 has fallen. The melee racks have gone down as well. Ranger rack's going to fall shortly after. Now the engage going to happen here. Puck going to blink forward. That's going to be a Dream Coil. Will connect with the Alchemist and the Dazzle. No follow-up going to come as Fear pokes forward. Will be able to Shikuchi away. Again, EG doing a good job staying alive and trying to defend this, but unfortunately just unable to thwart the siege that will be the end of their melee and ranged racks in the mid lane. And we'll see what happens here. They may just rotate down into the bottom or top, or they may just back up. The choice is theirs. The damage has been done. They got what they came for.
Yeah, you know, I talked about last game how it was weak laning and kind of a weak set of lane picks that really cost EG that game, and I think we can say almost the same about this one. I mean, unless something incredible happens, I think we can safely say EG is in a whole lot of trouble now with the massive advantage that Speed has. Over 25,000 in gold, over 20,000 in experience. Their primary farmers both of their primary farmers pretty much doubling up the Weaver coming out from EG. The Weaver, of course, sitting on nothing but a Perseverance, or excuse me, not a Perseverance, a Lincoln Sphere and a Mithril Hammer at 30 minutes, not where you want your one position Weaver to be.
Yeah.
And it was all about weak lanes. Their mid got crushed. They had nothing they could really do to it. Even when they got the kill on the OD, it didn't slow him down enough. It didn't. We have a Sanj and Yasha on the OD. That's such a troll build.
Yep.
But it didn't. You know, it didn't shut him down. They weren't able to shut down the Juggernaut, despite the fact that they occasionally got some kills on the Venomancer. And because they had to spend so much time rotating, the puck got farmed. And none of their farmers ever got anything out of their laning decisions.
Yep. And the Sheepstick now on the puck
bad.
as well. Yeah, it's bad at this point. Rod of Atos coming out onto the Visage. So some interesting items nonetheless. And of course,
Atos 2000.
Yeah. Atos 2000. Yeah, I hadn't noticed it was on Owie until you said that. And it's like, oh, yeah, I shouldn't have been surprised whatsoever. Every time I see a Rod of Atos, you just assume it's Owie. It's like really the only person that builds it for the most part. You see it on occasion, but it's funny how that works. It's an interesting little item.
Yeah, other people will occasionally build it on some very specific heroes.
Yeah.
I actually, in pub games, I really like it on Silencer. I'm not going to lie, especially when I'm playing a farming Silencer. Gives me a little bit of hit points and stuff. But in pro games, generally, it's one of those items that suffers from not quite focused. And just generally it's kind of a midpoint between some weaker int items and a Scythe. And generally, you just want to keep farming for the Scythe.
Yeah. So this top lane of Tower going to fall. The tier 3 going to go down. Top lane of Rack's going to fall shortly after. EG really don't have much to defend with. They're kind of camping about the well. I think we may be moments from GG here. They're all just kind of hanging out. The Naga was killed. They are counter-pushing a little bit. Fear and MSS going to be in the bottom lane, going to take out this tier 2, but I think this is a race they are slated to lose, unfortunately, as Speed Gaming do rotate to the bottom. That bottom tier 3 tower going to fall momentarily here. Dazzle going to throw a weave out, but no follow-up damage going to come. We'll see what are the bottom heroes going to do. MSS going to port back. Fear going to continue pushing. We'll see Outworld Devourer move into the well here. Going to be able to finish off the Dazzle and the Naga. He's going to dive the well. That'll be the end of the Elder Titan as well. Triple kill for Arteezy. And yeah, I think that'll be enough to seal the deal. GG, well played from Evil Geniuses here. It's going to be a 2-0 for Speed Gaming, 31-19 after 32 minutes of gameplay. They will secure a victory here in this series in the Natalic Pro League number 4. An interesting series, Hippie, a little bit one-sided for Speed Gaming. EG played well. It seemed in both games that their biggest issue was just that laning phase. You know, having the solid heroes in the right place to get the farm that they need. And in both games, just didn't have it.
Yeah, I really think that their individual play was reasonably good a lot of the time. They didn't have a lot of, like, dumb decisions where you're just like, scratching your head wondering what they were thinking. But, and you know, it came down to, their lane matchups were bad in both games. And if you just kind of if you, like, unequivocally lose 2 lanes and then trade even in another, you're in real trouble going into a mid-game, especially against this aggressive lineup that Speed Gaming had running this game.